surprised as we were, or did you see it?
Yeah, no, I had a couple conversations leading up to it with Lou, but I never felt it was imminent, until the day Lou let me know that that was happening.
How disappointed are you?
Well, of course, disappointed. I mean, you know, uh, tough to express, but when something comes at you like that out of left field, it's obviously not something that that you even consider, from where I stand, and as an option. And when it does hit you, it's obviously disappointing, and you catch your breath for a day, and then you get ready to move forward.
Is the immediate demise of this team overstated?
I think so. I know as a staff we're excited about the group we've got coming back. We're excited about the free agents we've signed. Obviously, we have a lot to prove, and there's going to be a lot of doubters out there, and I think we're all prepared for that, and are excited about the opportunity of proving people wrong.
How about Schneider? That gives you a big shot in the arm also.
Absolutely. A great pickup. It was an exciting day. I thought the draft day as a whole was a fantastic day for New Jersey and New Jersey hockey. The building was packed. The excitement of the trade, and then obviously Marty getting to select his son. It's just a great day.
Any reason Kincaid or Arbom are not here?
You'd have to ask Lou. I believe they've been. It might be an age thing. Been to enough camps. I don't think there's anything more than that. But you'd have to ask Lou on that.
Did you sense at all last year that Kobe's heart wasn't in being here? He wasn't unhappy or anything like that, or?
I never sensed that. To his credit, from what I've read, he came back, with a little bit of the mindset that he wanted to go back, according to what I've read, after the lockout. This was in the back of his head, but I never saw it at our level at ground zero on a day-to-day basis. I thought he came and worked and, was a good teammate, and so, I didn't see any of that.
Did you have an opportunity to talk to him before he left?
I did not, no. After the decision, but before he left I did, but not after his decision, no.
During that conversation, did you get any sense that maybe he did not?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't get anything along those lines.
Is there anything you can do as a coach to try to replace a guy like that?
Well, I mean, we have to. That's the bottom line. I mean, there's no, what can you do? We're going to have to find a way. I think that's going to be the mantra. And the league's not going to stand still. I think I've used, that phrase before. No one's going to feel sorry for you. The New Jersey Devils, when the puck drops in October, we've got to be ready to compete with the guys we've got. And we've got a good group of people here.
When you had that day to catch your breath, I mean, did you start saying, okay, who's my number one right wing? I mean, did you start putting new lines together, or?
Yeah, sure you do. I mean, there's no hiding the fact it's a big hole. It's a big ice time hole. Specialty teams. 5-on-5. He's one of the best players in the world. So, there's a hole there, and we have to find a way as a group to fill it.
Were you holding out hope that David would resign Clarkson?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think I think you guys know my feelings towards Clarkie, and where he's come from, and the player that he's made himself. But that's life in the NHL, and you're hoping to work with him again. He signed somewhere else, and literally 5 minutes later, my feelings were really happy for him after my conversation with him. He's excited to be home in Toronto and playing with family, and we're excited to work with Chloe and Ryder and the guys we've got coming in.
You've seen him for half a day here. Do you think it's possible that Reed Boucher could play in the NHL this year?
Real premature, I think, to start talking about that with any of these guys. You know, you're always hoping for surprises. You're always hoping that, you know, there's a young guy that can step in and grab a job and not let it go and contribute all year. It's also a big jump, and there's no rushing that development. So I think we're all taking the approach with these guys that there is opportunity here on this team, obviously with Covey's departure and some of the turnover, and we're going to see who steps forward and tries to grab a job.
Is there any, I mean, we all talk about Kobe going back, and that's the way he wanted to, you know, he wanted to go back and be with family. Is there like an internal thing that says, this guy really screwed us? I mean.
You know what? I don't feel that way. You know, maybe I should, but I don't. You know, I enjoyed working with him. He was a good pro. He was a good teammate in the dressing room, and he'll be missed. You know, that's my feelings on it. I don't go any deeper than that. You know, everybody has a personal life and personal decisions regarding their career, and it's not my place to be stepping into those.
Pete, obviously you saw Matteau a lot, more than a handful of games last year. What do you expect, or what are you looking for in him during this camp?
Just improvement. You know, he jumped in last year. He got great experience. I think what you want to see with all the young guys that are here, and the guys that are coming back, the young players, the Henriques, the Larsons, the Josephsons, the Tenenbys, is that, you know, they continue to improve. And they're not going to improve in leaps and bounds, but, you know, if they're a little bit better this year than they were last year, you know, they're heading in the right direction, and it'll just be a matter of time before they're full-time NHL players.
Expectations may not change, but the team is vastly different. And over, say, the last 2 years with some of the players you've lost. So how does your approach, not in terms of coaching or expectations, but is there a different team you'll have? You have a different style, a different...
Yeah.
I know it'll be a different look. Is it a different Devils club?
Sure, it's different. I mean, you know, you take out a Parise, you take out a Kovalchuk. You know, those are players that single-handedly, you know, can do some things that only a handful of players in the world can do. So, you know, we're going to have to be a different team. You know, we're going to have to play more of a team game. We're going to have to, you know, our five-man units and our systems are going to have to be airtight. Our special teams are going to have to be better. Our goaltending is going to have to be top-notch like it has been. I mean, sure, I mean, there's going to be an emphasis on all those areas because you're taking out, you know, a couple game-breaking players. But like I said, it doesn't change anything here. You guys know the expectations. You know my boss. I mean, he's not. there's no you know, taking your foot off the gas because some of these things happen. I mean, this organization's dealt with this type of thing for the last decade. You know, back to Rafalski and Niedermeyer and, you know, on, and you know, you got to find a way.
Given all the upheaval, how important was it to get Patrick Elias back?
Critical, you know. I mean, Patty's a lifetime Devil, and I hope that, you know, this means that he'll finish his career with the organization as he should, and you know, the consistent leadership in the dressing room from the Eliashes, the Brodeurs, you know, are critical, you know, to the new guys coming in, you know, just regarding the culture and the expectation.
You had Rostislav Olesh in Florida
Mm-hmm.
a couple years. What did you like about him then? And I guess you must have been pretty happy with the pickup here.
Yeah, I'm excited about the pickup. I think it's a second chance for Rusty. You know, Rusty was in my mind a casualty of the salary cap. He got a big contract in Florida after his entry-level deal, and you know, ended up playing in the minors for the last 2 years when, in my mind, he's an NHL player because of how much he was making. So this is a chance for him to start fresh and reprove himself and get back to the league that I think he belongs in.
A little strange having a goalie named Brodeur on the ice this morning.
Yeah, it was. Some similarities there. You see him handling the puck and, some of his body language. So it was nice. He's a good kid.
How about John Merrill? Where do you see him right now?
Yeah, I think, the best way I can put it, I think the organization's excited about, not just him, but the quality of the young defensemen that we have here. I think by far it's the most depth we have at a position in the organization, and he's definitely one of those guys.